Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Juan the Yarn Addict, and today I present a crochet blanket tutorial for the NovaCrest Star Blanket. This blanket features a 13-point star with a textured centerpiece, followed by an easy 6-round repeat sequence that can be repeated until you achieve your desired size. This sample blanket was crocheted with Premier Basics in white, light blue, sea glass, and lemon. I used a 6mm US letter J crochet hook, and for today's tutorial I am featuring Premier Just Yarn Worsted Value Ombre in 2 colorways. The first one here is Denim Ombre. What a lovely gradient there. These skeins come to us with 612 yards, 560 meters, 9.8 ounces at 280 grams. They suggest a 5.5 US letter I crochet hook, and this is 100% acrylic. It has been tested and approved against 350 plus harmful substances. And the second colorway that I am featuring is Mustard Ombre. Also a very lovely gradient there as well. With these 2 colorways, I am featuring a third color, which is white, Premier Just Yarn Worsted Value, and the solids come with more yardage. So with the solids, we get 875 yards, 800 meters, 14 ounces at 400 grams. The hook recommendation is exactly the same. And for today's tutorial, I will be using a 6mm US letter J crochet hook. The additional materials I'm going to need for today's tutorial will be a darning needle to sew in my ends and a pair of scissors to make any necessary cuts. Stitch details along with the timestamps can be found below in the description box for you, just in case you need them. Before we get started, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to see more tutorials like this one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this tutorial started. Okay, to get started, what we need to do is create a slip knot on our hook. However you do this is absolutely fine. This is how I do it. Once the slip knot is established, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once you have your 4 chains, we're going to take the tip of our crochet hook and insert it into the very first chain. We're going to draw a loop and slip to close. From here, we're going to gently tug on our working yarn, take our tail, pinch it against the chain, and gently pull apart, and as you can see, we have a chain circle. We're going to work our stitches out of this chain circle, but first, we need to chain 2. This chain 2 will not count as a stitch. From here, we are ready to begin round number 1, and for round number 1, we need to insert 13 double crochets into this chain circle. So to do a double crochet, we need to yarn over, go into our circle, draw a loop. We've got 3 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, and we're going to repeat that 12 additional times. Just for good measure, let's go ahead and yarn over, go into our chain circle, draw up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And we're going to continue inserting double crochets until we have a total of 13 double crochets for round number 1. Just like that. So continue doing this, and I shall see you at the end of round number 1 when we have 13 double crochets. I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, so I made it to the end of round number 1. I have a total of 13 double crochets in the round, and I'm ready to close off round number 1. Let's just take a quick look at this. So 13 double crochets. At the very beginning here, we have a chain 2. That does not count as a stitch. So to close off round number 1, we're going to go into this very first stitch with the tip of our crochet hook, making sure to pick up the front loop and the back loop, just like that. We're going to draw that loop through and pull to close. And so that concludes round number 1. To move on to round number 2, we're going to pick up our work and we are going to chain 2. This chain 2 will not count as a stitch. And for round number 2, we are going to work double crochet 2 togethers in every single stitch. In addition to that, we're going to make sure to chain 2 in between each stitch. So let's go ahead and get started. To begin, we need to yarn over, go into the stitch we just came out of, which is right here. We need to insert our hook, draw a loop. We've got 3 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over, go through 2, And from here, we are going to yarn over and go right back into that same stitch, draw a loop. You now have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2. We now have 3 loops on our hook. From here, we are going to yarn over and go through all 3 loops and then chain 2, 1 and 2. And we're going to repeat that process for every stitch in the round. So once again, we are going to yarn over, go into the next stitch right here, draw a loop. We've got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2. From here, we are going to yarn over, go back into that same stitch we just came out of, draw a loop. We've got 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2. You now have 3 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over and go through all 3 loops. From here, we are going to chain 2. Just for good measure, I'm going to do this one more time. So we are going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw a loop. We've got 3 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over, go through 2. And then from here, we are going to yarn over, go back into the stitch we just came out of, draw a loop. We've got 4 loops on the hook. We are going to yarn over, go through 2. And we have 3 loops on the hook at this point. We're going to yarn over and go through all 3 loops. And then from here, we are going to chain 2. Feel free to rewind and replay as needed, but continue doing that to every single stitch in the round, and I shall meet you right here at the end of round number 2 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm nearing the end of round number 2. So far, I have 13 double crochet 2-togethers in the round, and I have 12 chain 2 spaces so far. From here, after my last double crochet 2-together, I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to attach to the very beginning of the round to close off. So I'm going to take the tip of my crochet hook and I'm going to insert it into the top of this very first stitch right there, right here. I'm going to insert my hook, draw a loop, slip to close, and then from here I'm going to go right into this next chain space with my hook, draw a loop, and slip to close. So this is what our work looks like after we have closed off for round number 2. This is the first side, and here is the second side, the back. Very, very nice. So that concludes round number 2. To move on to round number 3, what we need to do is pick up our work, and we need to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This chain 4 will count as a double crochet and a chain 1. From here, we're going to insert a double crochet into our chain space, just like that. And so we have our very first V-stitch. From here, we are going to chain 1, and then we're going to go into the next chain space and insert a double crochet V-stitch. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So that is our V-stitch. And from here, we are going to chain 1 in between the V-stitches. So from here, we're going to go right next door here to the next chain space and insert a double crochet V-stitch. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Just like that. Just for good measure, we're going to go into this next space and insert a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then chain 1. So far, this is what our work looks like. Very, very nice. So V-stitches in the chain spaces and then chain 1 in between the V-stitches. So continue on with this, going all the way around, and I will meet you right here at the end of round number 3 in just a moment. Okay, so I'm nearing the end of round number 3, and so far I have 13 V-stitches in my chain spaces from the previous round, as you can see there, and I have 12 chain 1 spaces in between the V's so far. So from my last V-stitch, I'm going to chain 1, and then to close off the round, I have to look at this very first stitch, which is a chain 4. So 3 of these chains counted as a double crochet. The 4th chain is that chain 1 in between to make it the V-stitch. So we are going to slip into the 3rd chain. So we're just going to count up from the bottom, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to insert our hook into that 3rd chain, draw a loop, and slip to close. And so that concludes round number 3. To move on to round number 4, what we need to do is pick up our work and chain 2. Let's go ahead and do that. This chain 2 will not count as a stitch, it's just elevating us to round number 4. And for round number 4, we're going to work inside of our V-stitches. We're going to do what is called double crochet 2 together V-stitches. So to do that, we need to yarn over, go into our V-stitch, draw a loop. We've got 3 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over, go through 2. From here, we are going to yarn over, once again, go into our V-stitch, draw a loop. We have 4 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over and go through 2. From here, we have 3 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over and go through all 3. That is a double crochet 2 together. We are going to chain 1 and then crochet another double crochet 2 together in that V-stitch. So we are going to yarn over, go into our V-stitch, the same one, draw a loop. We've got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go into our V-stitch, draw a loop. We've got 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2. You should have 3 remaining, and then at this point we're going to yarn over and go through all 3. So that is a double crochet 2 together V-stitch. From here we are going to chain 1 and repeat that in the next V-stitch. So let's go ahead and do that. Yarn over, go into our V-stitch, draw a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2. And let's repeat that. Yarn over, go in, draw up a loop. We now have 4 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over, go through 2. You should have 3 remaining, and then from here we are going to yarn over and go through all 3. We're going to chain 1 and then perform another double crochet 2 together in that V-stitch. Let's go ahead and do that. And there you have it. We're going to chain 1, and just for good measure, we're going to do this one more time. Yarn over, go into that V-stitch, draw a loop. 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, go through 2, and we're going to repeat that. Yarn over, go into the V-stitch, draw a loop. 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over, go through 2. You should have 3 loops remaining. From here, we are going to yarn over and go through all 3. That is a double crochet 2 together. From here, we are going to chain 1 to create that V-stitch, and then we're going to go into our same V-stitch with a double crochet 2 together. Let's go ahead and do that. Yarn over, go in, draw up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go into that V-stitch, draw a loop, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2. You now have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and go through all 3. Once your V-stitch is established, we're going to chain 1 and then move on. So continue on with this, and I shall see you at the end of round number 4 right here in just a moment. Okay, so I'm nearing the end of round number 4, and this is what my work looks like so far. In total, I have 26 double crochet 2 togethers forming these V-stitches. And in total, I have 13 of these double crochet 2 together V-stitches. And in between these double crochet 2 together V-stitches, so far I have 12 chains. So I'm right here at the end, and I'm going to place my 13th chain just like that. And to close off round number 4, I need to go to the very first stitch of the round, which is right here. If you have to pull this back to get that, go ahead and do that. It's right there. Just insert your hook, making sure to pick up the front loop and the back loop. We're going to draw a loop and slip. And then from here, we're going to go right in between these 2 double crochet 2 togethers. Go right into that chain space, draw a loop, and slip right into that chain space. And so that concludes round number 4. To move on to round number 5, what we need to do is pick up our work and chain 2. The chain 2 will not count as a stitch, and from here we are going to insert a popcorn into the space we just came out of, right in between the double crochet 2 together V-stitch, right there. 5 double crochets. So we're going to yarn over, go into that space, draw up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And we're going to do that 4 additional times for a total of 5 double crochets. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. From here, we're going to create a large loop. I like to call that a bunny ear. And then we're going to go over to the very first double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to insert our crochet hook, making sure to pick up the front loop and the back loop, go into our bunny ear and tighten the tension, just like that. And then we're going to take the tip of our crochet hook and slide it through the first stitch, just like that. From here, we are going to chain 1 to lock. And so that chain 1 does count as the popcorn and not a separate chain. From here, we're going right next door, right here into the space in between our double crochet 2 together V-stitches, and we're going to create a double crochet V-stitch. So we're going to insert a double crochet right into that space, chain 1, go right back into that space with a double crochet to create a V-stitch. There we go. From here, we're going right next door inside of this double crochet 2 together V-stitch, and we are going to insert a popcorn. 5 double crochets to start. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and 5. So let's create our bunny ear here. And we're going to go back to the very first of the 5 doubles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert our hook and then slide it through our bunny ear. Tighten the tension. Slide the tip of our crochet hook into that first stitch, just like that. And chain 1 to lock. And again, that chain 1 to lock counts as the popcorn and not a separate chain. And then from here, we're going right next door with a double crochet V-stitch. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And this is what our work looks like so far. So popcorn V, popcorn V. And that is the repeat for round number 5. So continue on with this, and I shall see you at the end of the round right here in just a moment. Okay, I'm nearing the end of round number 5. We have a series of popcorns and double crochet V-stitches. So let me go ahead and give you a close-up of this. So popcorn V, and that's the repeat. So this is the front of our work. Very, very nice. And let me flip this over and show you the back. Very, very nice. Okay, so from here, to close off the round, what we need to do is slip into the popcorn. So we have our V-stitch here. I'm going to go right into the top of the popcorn here. It looks like a horseshoe. Just going to go right inside that popcorn and out the back, just like that. I'm going to draw a loop. Just tighten my tension and slip to close to just bring that all together. From here, I am going to chain 2, and we are beginning round number 6. The chain 2 does not count as a stitch. And from here, I'm going to insert 1 front post double crochet around this popcorn from round number 5. So we are going to yarn over, come down and around this popcorn, just like this. Draw a loop, bring that around. We've got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. It's a little tricky, but easy to get once you get it. And from here, we are going to insert an iris stitch inside of our V-stitch here. So an iris is 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. From here, let's go to this V-stitch and insert 2 double crochets. So here's the first one. Here's the second one. From here, we are chaining 1, and then we're going back into this V-stitch with 2 additional double crochets to form our iris. So yarn over, go in. Let's do our double. Let's do that one more time. So that is an iris stitch. From here, we are going to insert a front post double crochet around the popcorn, and that's the repeat. So yarn over, come down and around the back of this popcorn. So I'm showing you the side of the popcorn here. You're going to go right here underneath. And you're going to come out the other side, just like that. We're going to draw a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Front post double crochet around the popcorn, and then an iris stitch inside of the V. So 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets right in that same space. Okay, so again, that is the repeat. Front post double crochet, iris, front post double crochet, iris. So feel free to rewind and replay if you need more work on that, but continue on with this, go all the way around, and I shall see you at the end of the round, which is round number 6 right here in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of round number 6, and this is what my work looks like so far. So we have the iris stitch and the front post double crochets around the popcorns. Very, very nice. And so this is the back of our work. We move that out of the way. Very, very nice. Okay, so to close the round, what we need to do is attach the hook back onto our work, and then we need to slip to the very first stitch of the round, which is right here. It's that front post double crochet. So we need to take the tip of our crochet hook, go into the top of this front post double crochet, make sure to pick up the front loop and the back loop, draw that loop, and slip to close. So that concludes round number 6. To move on to round number 7, what we need to do is pick up our work, and we need to slip 2 additional stitches for round number 7. So we're currently sitting at the top of this front post double crochet. We are going next door here. We're just going to insert the tip of our crochet hook into the next stitch, draw a loop and slip, and then do that one more time. Next door, go right into that next stitch, draw the loop and slip, and now we are ready to begin by elevating to round number 7. So we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. This chain 3 will count as a stitch. This will count as a double crochet. From here, we are going to go right into our chain space from the iris stitch, and in the iris stitch here, we are going to insert 2 double crochets. So let's go ahead and do that. 2 double crochets. So there's 1, there's the second one, and from here we are going to chain 2, and then we are going back into the chain space here with 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. So that is what our work looks like so far. From here, in this very next stitch right here, we're going to insert a double crochet. So these 2 stitches are kind of covering up the head of this stitch, so just be sure to move that out of the way. Yarn over, go right into the top of that stitch, and perform a double crochet. From here, we are skipping the next stitch, and then we are inserting a front post double crochet above the front post double crochet from the previous round. So yarn over, come down and around that front post double crochet, draw a loop, pull that through, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. From here, we are going to go ahead and skip the next stitch, and we are going to insert a double crochet in the following stitch. So skip the next stitch, insert double crochet into this next stitch. And then in this chain space right here, we're going to insert 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. We are essentially forming our 13 points. So 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. So as you can see, our points are beginning. And so I'm just going to continue with you once or twice more. And so from here, we're going to go into this very first stitch here. So the top of the stitch is being covered by these 2 stitches. Just slide them out of the way. Yarn over, go right into this first stitch with a double crochet. Just like that. And then we're going to skip the next stitch. And then the following stitch should be a front post double crochet. From the previous round, we're going to insert another front post double crochet around this front post double crochet. Just like that. From here, we are going to skip the next stitch and insert a double crochet in this next stitch. From here, we have a chain space, and in each chain space, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets in that same chain space, 1 and 2. From here, once again, this very first stitch is being covered up by these 2 stitches. Slide that out of the way and insert a double crochet right into this first stitch here. There we go. Skip the next stitch and then insert a front post double crochet above the front post double crochet from the previous round. Just like that. Let me make a bunny ear here and show you the progress so far. Very, very nice. The beginning of our star. Okay. So feel free to rewind and replay as often as you need to in order to get that. In the meantime, continue on working all the way around until the beginning of the round right here. And I shall see you right here at the beginning of the round in just a moment. Okay, so I made it to the end of round number 7, and this is what my work looks like. We have all 13 points. Very, very nice. Okay, so from here, we are ready to close off the round. And what we want to do is go back to the very beginning of the round here, where we have this chain 3, which counted as a stitch. And so what we want to do is go to the 3rd chain, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to insert our hook into that 3rd chain. We're going to draw a loop, just tighten our tension, and slip to close, just like that. So that concludes round number 7. To begin round number 8, what we need to do is pick up our work, and we need to slip into the next stitch. So let's go ahead and do that. Go right next door here with the tip of our crochet hook, draw a loop, and slip. So now we are in the middle stitch of the 3 stitches, and from here we need to chain 4. 3 and 4. So the 4 chains will count as a double crochet and a chain 1. From here, we are going to skip the next stitch, and we're going to go right into the chain 2 space with 2 double crochets. Let's go ahead and do that. Yarn over, go in. So here's the first double, and here is the second one. From here, we are chaining 2, and then going right back in with 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Perfect. From here, we are chaining 1, skip 1, and go into that second stitch with a double crochet. Okay. From here, we are inserting a front post double crochet above the front post double crochet from the previous round. Yarn over, come down and around, draw a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. From here, we are skipping the next stitch and inserting a double crochet in the following stitch. Just like that. From here, we are chaining 1 and then going right into the chain 2 space. So we're skipping this last stitch before the chain space, and we're going right into the chain space with 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 2, and we're going right back in with 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And we're going to repeat this. But this is what our work looks like so far. So we're only chaining at the tops here. So far we have a double crochet and a chain 1. In the space, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, and then we have a chain 1 here. And then in our valley, the bottom portion here, we have a double crochet, a front post double, and then a double. And then we chained 1. And then in our chain 2 space here from the previous round, we have 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. So let's continue. So from here, we are chaining 1. We're going to skip the very first stitch. We're going to go into the second stitch with a double crochet. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so after this chain, no more chains on the bottom portion here. So from here, we are skipping the next stitch. We're going to skip this stitch right here. And then in the next stitch, as you can see, it's a front post double crochet. So we are going to insert a front post double crochet around this front post double crochet. Yarn over, come down and around, draw that loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. From here, we are skipping the next stitch. And in the following stitch, we're going to insert a double crochet. From here, we are chaining 1, and then we are going into our chain 2 space right here with an iris. So it's 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. From here, once again, we are going to chain 1, skip that first stitch right here, and insert a double crochet into that second stitch. From here, we are skipping the last stitch and then inserting a front post double crochet around the front post double crochet from the previous round. So yarn over, come down and around the post, draw that loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, skip the next stitch, insert a double crochet in the following, and then we're going to skip the last stitch, and then in the chain 2 space, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. Here we go. So these points are similar to an iris, except it's got 1 extra chain. I know I mentioned iris here, but technically it's not. It has an extra chain there. So each point should have 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. And feel free to rewind and replay as often as you need to in order to get that. But this is what our work looks like. Super, super nice. So continue on with this all the way around, and I shall see you at the beginning of the round right here in just a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of round number 8. And my last stitch was a front post double crochet above the front post double crochet from the previous round. we've been carrying them up. Very, very nice. So let's just take a quick look at our work here. Okay, and this is the other side. Very nice. Okay, so to close off round number 8, what we need to do is go into the third chain at the very beginning here. So in the very beginning, we chained 4. Okay, so we're going 1, 2, 3. We're going to insert our hook into that third chain. We're going to draw that loop and slip to close. And so that concludes round number 8. To begin round number 9, what we need to do is pick up our work, and we need to slip over to the chain space. We're currently sitting in this first stitch from the previous round. We need to insert our hook into the window here, draw a loop, and slip. So we should be sitting right on top of the window. From here, we need to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. This chain 3 will count as a double crochet for round number 9. From here, we need to insert 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Let's go ahead and do that. 1 and 2. From here, we need to insert 2 double crochets into our chain space. 1 and 2. Super nice. From here, we need to chain 2 and go back into our chain 2 space with 2 additional double crochets. 1 and 2. Very nice. Okay, so from here, we need to insert 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches coming out of that chain space. So right next door here, this very first stitch receives a double crochet. And then next door, we have another double crochet. Let's go ahead and insert that there. Perfect. And from here, we're going to insert a double crochet in our window. Let's go ahead and do that. Perfect. We should have 5 double crochets in a row. From here, we are skipping the next 3 stitches, and we're inserting a double crochet in the window here. So that is our landmark, and it's going to bring our star into formation here. Okay, so from here, we're going to skip the next 3 stitches and just go right into that window right there with a double crochet. Perfect. From here, we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And then in our chain 2 space here, 2 doubles. 1 and 2. We're going to chain 2 and go back into our chain space with 2 additional double crochets. 1 and 2. And that's what our work looks like so far. Okay, so each side should have 5 double crochets at this point. Okay, so let's continue. We're going to insert 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. We're going to insert 1 double crochet in the window here. So we should have 5 stitches in a row. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches, and then in this window right here, we are going to insert 1 double crochet. Just like that. And that is the repeat. So from the window, we're going to insert 2 double crochets in the next 2 stitches. So there's 1, and there's the second one. In our chain space, 2 doubles, 1 and 2, chain 2. We're going back into that chain space with 2 additional double crochets. Let's make a bunny ear here and show you the work so far. Very, very nice. So that is the repeat. Feel free to rewind and replay as often as you need to in order to get that. But continue on with that, and I shall see you right here at the end of the round in just a moment. Okay, so I made it to the end of round number 9. And this is what my work looks like. Again, I have 5 double crochets on each side, going up and going down. Very, very nice. Lots of texture there. Okay, so to close off round number 9, what we need to do is slip into the 3rd chain. So the very first stitch of the round was a chain 3. So we're going to count up 1, 2, and 3. We're going to take the tip of our crochet hook and insert it into that 3rd chain very carefully. Draw a loop and slip to close. And I like to just tighten everything up. Just gently tug on the working yarn. Have it nice and tight. And so that concludes round number 9. To move on to round number 10, what we need to do is pick up our work and we need to slip to the next stitch. So let's go right next door here with the tip of our crochet hook, go in, draw up a loop, and slip. So we should be sitting on top of that 2nd stitch going up. Okay. From here, we need to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. The chain 3 will count as a double crochet. And from here, we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches here. All right. So let's yarn over, go next door to the next stitch, and insert a double. Let's go next door and insert a double there as well. And then finally, we have 1 stitch remaining. Let's insert a double crochet into that stitch. Perfect. So from here, we're going into our chain space with 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Chain 2, and then 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. From here, we are inserting 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So this very first stitch receives an upstairs neighbor, but the head of the stitch is being covered by these 2 double crochets. So we're just going to gently slide them out of the way to reveal the head of the stitch right here. So we're going to insert a double crochet right into that stitch. There's 1, and then we need to insert 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So here is number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay, so in total, let me make a bunny ear here and show you. In total, we need 6 double crochets on the sides here. So this chain 3 counts as a stitch. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chain 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. From here, we need to insert a popcorn right into our space right here. So we are skipping this next stitch. And we're going to go right into this space and insert a popcorn. So a popcorn consists of 5 double crochets. So in this space, 5 double crochets. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 double crochets. Let's make a bunny ear here. We're going to go back to the first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert our hook. Go into our bunny ear. Tighten our tension with the working yarn. Take the tip of our crochet hook and slide it into the first stitch, just like that. From here, we are going to chain to lock. And we're going to skip this very first stitch. And we're going to go into the second stitch with a double crochet. Perfect. And so from here, we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the remaining stitches. So we have 3 remaining stitches. Let's insert 1 double crochet in each of those stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. So after the popcorn, you should have, at this point, you should have 4 double crochets. And then in our chain space, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, for a total of 6 double crochets on our side. We are going to chain 2, go back into our chain 2 space with 2 double crochets, so 1 and 2. And from here, we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. Let's slide our stitches out of the way to reveal the head of that stitch right here. This first stitch receives an upstairs neighbor of a double crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we have it. So a total of 6 double crochets, as you can see there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we are skipping the next stitch, and then in the space after that stitch, a popcorn. 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to make a bunny ear. Go back 5 stitches to the beginning of our popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert our hook. Go in the bunny ear, tighten our tension. Oops, there we go. Slide through the first stitch and chain 1 to lock. And this is what our work looks like so far. Super, super nice. So just for good measure, let's do this one more time. So after the popcorn, we are going to skip the very next stitch right here. We're going to go into the next stitch after the first one, so that second stitch with a double crochet. And we're going to insert 1 double crochet in the remaining stitches. So we have 3 remaining stitches. Let's go ahead and insert 1 double crochet in those remaining stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. So far, we have 4 double crochets on our side, and then in our chain 2 space, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Perfect. Very, very nice. Lots of fun texture there. Okay, so feel free to rewind and replay until you get that. In the meantime, continue working round number 10 all the way around. It's growing. And I will meet you right here at the end of round number 10 in just a moment.